When I was young, I used to read the Animorphs books all of the time, at school, at home, wherever I could find them. I collected them and had over 30 of them, and it was one of my favorite book series. But being a kid, I didn't realize how dark and horrific parts of the books were. I sold most of my books, as in Animorphs books, on eBay or simply just lost them, but they stuck with me and I've realized how much they've influenced my writing, so I decided to collect them again. The ones that are showing are the ones I've managed to collect since deciding to collect them again. I recently put up a poll on my channel asking you guys what you wanted to see, and lots of you said movie and book reviews. So here's a book review for Animals Book 3, The Encounter. If you enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like or subscribe, and feel free to comment your opinions on Animorphs or any other videos you'd like to see me do. If you look at the amount of playlists I have on my channel, you'll see I'm in quite the range of fandoms, which I'll touch on at the end of this video. Quick rundown on the Animorphs. They are a group of teenagers with the ability to morph into animals that they've touched, and this ability was gifted to them by a dying alien, so they can stop a Yeerk invasion, with a Yeerk being an alien slug that crawls into your brain and takes control. Also, side note, while most of the covers, which are probably the most iconic aspect of a book series, and are amazingly weird, while most of them accurately depict the characters sometimes look very differently from how they're actually described. Tobias and Marco are the main culprits here. This was one of the books that I read most when I was younger, and if you don't know, each Animorphs book is from a different character's perspective. This is from Tobias's perspective, and he is a teenage boy trapped in the body of a red-tailed hawk. His family was terrible, so the rest of the team are the only people who really know him and care about him, and at this point they've only properly known each other for a few weeks. Well, most of the others knew each other before, but Tobias is new to the group. This book involves him coming to terms with the fact that he'll forever be a bird, though later, through Space God's shenanigans, he is given the ability to turn into his human self again. But this book gets very dark. At one point, after his hawk instincts make him kill and eat a rat, Tobias is so horrified and disgusted with himself, and doesn't know how he can continue, and attempts to, well, I'm not going to say it, but you can probably figure it out. Basically, it's good that his friends are there at the mall to help him, and are all very supportive of him. Though he does spend about a week living alone as a bird in the forest after this, until he spots a human in trouble, from aliens of course, and saves his life. At another point, Tobias's teammates are all turning back from wolf to human, but they're running out of time because there's a 2-hour time limit, hence why Tobias is now a bird, and it looks like they're going to get stuck as horrific wolf-human hybrids, which it describes in almost excruciating detail. Did I mention this is a kid's book? The thing is that when you're a kid, you don't realize how dark it is, and you just think, oh cool, humans who can turn into animals and fight aliens. Ooh, they're in danger. Ugh, that's a bit gross. And oh, I feel very sad for that character. The main plot of the book involves the Animorphs trying to take down a Yeerk ship that is collecting water from a lake in order to take it up to the mothership. After doing some scouting as wolves, they come up with a plan to turn into fish and be sucked into the delivery ship. But then, because the Yeerks are scouring the woods for threats, Tobias has to end up ferrying his friends in fish form from a small cave to the lake without being shot at. The Yeerks figured out that a red-tailed hawk was actually not a red-tailed hawk, so they're killing every bird in sight basically. Tobias's friends get stuck inside, and Tobias is immediately surrounded by alien fighter ships, while giant cannibalistic centipede monsters, well, aliens, crawl towards him. But he manages to get free and smash into the delivery ship's main deck, and then proceed to fry its control panel with an alien gun before managing to get out and get free of the crash/explosion. And by sheer luck, by tumbling out a hole and turning into birds, his friends survive too. Over the course of the book, Tobias had seen a female hawk multiple times. He had rescued her at the start and seemed to keep running into her. She paid attention to him and seemed to be interested in him. He wasn't sure what to think of this, of course, but he did care about her because he felt like he was losing his humanity and felt a bond with her because he saved her. But after the ship crashes, Tobias sees her fly into the air in a panic, trying to get away, only for, and I quote, "You'd see they'd had a long, good look at me, and she looked just like me." The Draken beam sizzled, it burned off a wing, and she fell to earth, never to fly again. The book ends with Tobias accepting who he is, both a boy and a hawk who will keep on fighting till he can't anymore. It may seem weird, a 17-year-old boy doing a book review on a kid's book he got for Christmas, but as stated before, Animorphs was a big part of my childhood. This book is one of the best ones in my opinion. Tobias is one of my favourites due to his unique perspective, and this book focuses more on character than plot. The group is still in its early stages, but not super early, so the dynamics are starting to properly form. Plus, this is where most of the team gets their wolf morphs, which become Marco's and Cassie's primary battle morphs, so to speak. Speaking of Marco and Cassie and battle morphs and such, there's a few videos I'm thinking of doing as a kind of follow-up to this, which should also be their own thing. One is just book reviews of other Animorphs books. This itself wasn't much of a review, more of a summary in a way, but Animorphs books are only about 150 pages long, so there's not much to cover. Two is a tier list video of me ranking the 6 primary protagonists of the Animorphs book series, being Jake, Rachel, Tobias, Cassie, Marco, and Axe. 3 is just me tier listing all of the Animorphs books from what I remember about them and giving a quick summary of them, though quite a few I've never read, so they're just go in their own category. And 4 is basically kind of what if video, where I do what if the Phoenix Champions, my original characters, who are also a bunch of teenagers with superpowers, were Animorphs instead of superheroes, and I'd basically go over which morphs I'd choose and stuff like that. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and leave any general video ideas in the comments below. And now you've actually seen it, if you've enjoyed this, then consider dropping a like and even a subscribe, or if you're not convinced yet, then please consider going and watching one of my other videos. As mentioned earlier, I've got loads of playlists ranging from Marvel Rivals to custom character concepts to shorts and videos focused on the works of Rick Riordan and much more. Have a good day, and ta-ta.